All right, guys, Happy New Year 2024. We are going to start off. We are closed on Monday, and as we go through this week, this will be kind of the last week as we're transitioning into our new phase, which will be preparing everyone for the CrossFit Open, which I believe is in late February. It's roughly 7 weeks away, okay? So we have roughly 7 weeks of training after this week to get after it. Okay, so we're kind of doing the same complex, but except with the clean this week as we did last week with the snatch, clean pull, hang power snatch. Again, focusing on being in position on that clean pull, not just a basic deadlift, right? We're focusing on staying in position, keeping it close, all right, and then finishing up top. After that, bench press, again, working on some muscular endurance volume. We have 4 sets of 8. All right, just making every set tough, okay? If you guys don't know, it's like try to keep the first set maybe 3 reps from failure and then hold that and adjust as you need to get 8 each time. Then we have 5 rounds for quality, heavy sled push plus dumbbell strict press. Okay, gymnastic EMOM to start out. Okay, we got hollow rocks and shoulder shifts on the wall. Okay, this is a basic gymnastic foundational workout where, you know, we're going to work on those hollow rocks, staying in position. If we have to adjust that, reaching through, pulling the knees up, whatever you have to do to maintain that position, that's what you're going to do. And then those shoulder shifts are just going to be in there, locked out. Elbows are locked out. Okay, reaching up as high as we can and then just shifting. Okay, it's okay if the shoulders are actually back and packed, but we just don't want to surrender it. This is like kind of where you can really practice on pushing really aggressively up and reaching and elevating and then just shifting. It just kind of prepares you guys for those higher level gymnastics, and we'll build towards and make you better at handstand push-ups, handstand walking, all of those things. So very basic movement today. You can do that facing the wall or facing away. All right, then we have 27, 21, 15, 9, wall balls, pull-ups, and box jumps with a step down. All right, when we look at this workout, moving nice and consistent here, especially with the wall balls and the box jumps. The pull-ups is where we're going to need to break those up. This is... I believe it's 72 reps, right? 45 plus, 72 reps a piece. Okay, so it is a higher volume gymnastic pull-up workout. So if you need to, if you can handle that wall ball and box jump volume, then maybe the pull-ups is where, you're going to bring that down to 21, 15, 9, or 21, 15, 12, 9, which is going to be 57. Okay, so we can bring that down, or we can even go 21, 15, 9, 6. Okay, so just thinking about that, guys, focusing on adjusting the reps as needed, adjusting that pull-up reps as needed. If you're thinking like how many pull-ups should it take, I mean, if you could do the 27 in 3 to 4 sets, then that's probably going to be fine. Again, we've been working on this gymnastic volume for a little while, whether you were doing a higher skill or not. It should have helped you prepare for something like this where we're really working more on the overall muscular endurance of the pull-up, especially on those early sets, and then we'll have those descending sets where we'll just have to kind of hang on. But the amount of time you're going to get between the time you do the first round of pull-ups to the second should allow you to maintain fairly large chunks here, as we don't have something other than the wall balls are a little compounding on the shoulders leading into the pull-up, but the box jumps obviously aren't, so you should get a decent break there as we're just looking at each round, just kind of building and accelerating as we go. Okay, so starting out nice and smooth, focusing on the range of motion on the wall balls. When we think about time here, I don't have it written up, but let's just say we've got, 72, 3, 210 times 3. Probably 12 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes is what we're going to be looking at here today. Okay, 15 minutes on the long end. All right, box jumps with the step down are a little bit slower, but again, we can always adjust that, to the fitness, and you can even do the fitness rep scheme with the RX weight and prescription if we need to just adjust it just to keep that intensity high. Wednesday, on the 10 minutes, we have a 500 meter ski plus farmer carry plus ski, and then we have for time D-ball carry plus row, and then bike plus sled. Okay, this is on the 10 minutes. When we look at this, like this is going to take, roughly 6 to 7 minutes, 8 minutes. Okay, so just moving at a consistent pace here and not really trying to blow it out of the water and go super fast. If you think you can and you can get closer to, the 5-minute mark, I think on some of these it's probably doable, but for the most part, we're looking at anywhere from 6 to 8 minutes on each of these. So not a ton of rest in between. So keeping that in mind, you want to move at a relatively hard pace that you think you could hold for probably 20 minutes if that was the only thing you were doing. So running this at a 20-minute pace every single time, every single round, and then just, using that rest to kind of recover and regroup before doing the next one. All right, next we're going to do overhead squats on the 3 minutes for 10 minutes. Tempo is 3, 2, and 1. Okay, this is purely for skill and range of motion. Okay, so go light and challenge your squat position, can challenge the range of motion. We are going to get into some overhead squat work. But again, it is a very challenging movement. If you're someone who has had any kind of shoulder issues or had any kind of limitations that have really limited you on being able to do something like this, it's okay to even do a front squat or just use a PVC pipe and do some squat therapy on the wall. The whole point of today is challenging your range of motion of your squat. Okay, so I don't want you guys to think of this like, well, if I can't do an overhead squat, I don't get anything out of it. It's not true. We're trying to really open up the thoracic spine, reach tall, sitting the hips down, keeping the chest up. That's what the overhead squat challenges us to do, and that's what we're using it for today. So don't think like, if I cannot do an overhead squat, I won't get anything out of this, so I'm not coming. Focus on this being a range of motion skill, focusing on improving your squat positions that will help you in other squat positions and also help you get higher skill movements with the barbell down the line. After that 10-minute AMRAP, we have 50-foot front rack lunges, 10 handstand push-ups. RX Plus is going to be strict handstand push-ups. For fitness, we're just going to be doing dips. We had you guys already upside down once this week with those shoulder shifts. So today we're just going to focus on dips and just focusing on that volume. As we look at this, how many rounds? Anywhere from probably 8 or 7 to 5 to 7 is what we're going to be looking at. Could be more, could be a little less, but again, focusing on the scale itself and attacking that today is what we're going to be looking for. If you're wondering, should I scale the reps per round? 10 handstand push-ups should probably take you no more than 3 sets, I would think. Again, this isn't something that's going to be very compounding on each other, so it's not like it's like the front rack lunges are going to really wear you out for those handstand push-ups. Should allow you to kind of repeat those handstand push-up volume fairly well. If you're someone who can maintain those in 2 to 3 sets, just sticking with the clock, looking at the clock, I think you're going to move very well here. And again, it's just about volume and actually practicing the skill that we've been working on building up to in those specific gymnastic clusters. Now we're kind of starting to put bigger chunks by itself, paired with something else, but like in its own space to where we can start actually challenging you to doing those under a little bit of fatigue. So that's what we're looking to do today, guys. Focus on your range of motion, adjust it as you need to, and get it done. All right, then we have 20-minute AMRAP, teams of 2. We have burpee pull-ups, ski cows, bench press, this dumbbell bench press, and then cow row. And then looking at this, guys, you're just going to switch on the minute. So if I start 0 to 1, I'm working on that as far as I can. We switch. You work. If you finish the pull-ups, you're going to the ski. Cool. You get halfway through the ski. I get to the ski. Maybe I don't finish. You get back on the ski. You finish the ski. You go to bench press. Again, you're just switching on the minute, guys, for 20 minutes. So everybody will have 10 minutes of working on this, and you're just going to keep rotating through until you get this thing, until you hit the 20-minute mark and everybody has done 10 minutes of work. All right, guys, that's all we have for this week. I hope you guys had a great holiday. Like we said, getting ready to gear up. Look forward to some extra skills and drills into the programming, especially as we're leading up to the Open, and a little bit more intensity. So if you guys, again, have any questions, suggestions, or any issues at all, please let us know. You can reach out to me directly as well. If not, see you in the gym.